Hello, buddy, this is Kyrix with more Let's Play Harvest Moon Back to Nature. And, I have actually missed a week or two of uploads. Even beyond the time I'm already spending behind. Sorry? That's really all I can say. And it's a garbage excuse, but it is what it is. You know. Between some various errands I've had, which were lengthy and troublesome, and me just being a lazy piece of shit, on top of Pokemon Sun, finished the Pokédex, by the way. I just have been distracted, and I've been doing a couple mini practice runs to do the Force Unleashed, so I can prep for next year. Be aware, and I'm going to be bringing this up several times, that the game that will follow this in 2017 is, I believe, Suikoden. And if that's the case, did I just feed a chicken twice? I fed a chicken twice. Oh well. Anywho, yeah, if it's Suikoden, it's already up. It's already uploaded. It's already recorded. It's done. See, what I'm gonna try and do, what I did for 2016 that bit me in the ass, is this policy I had of, I'm gonna upload shit whether it's done or not. I tried to get it done, in a couple cases it was. And I do mean a couple. Most of my games are still being recorded to an extent, like Xenoverse, still being recorded. Dead Rising was being recorded up until very recently. Metal Gear being recorded until, I don't know, a couple months ago maybe? But you get the idea. So, for 2017, my goal is, if I have to skip a week or two of an upload for a single day to finish a Let's Play and get it up, then that's what I'm gonna fucking do. You know, I don't want to have these schedule slips anymore. It's better to have even a month of dead air for a single day, where I say, hey, I don't have anything ready yet, come back in a couple weeks, and Thursday we'll have a video, for example. You know? I think that's the better choice for me. Nothing to do today. Seriously, there are no birthdays, no festivals, no nothing, so we're just gonna go to bed. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try, I want to have no dead air in 2017. I'm going to do my best to guarantee that by 2018, there will be absolutely no dead air. So, 2016, that was definitely a wash. There's probably a couple gaps in 2017 already. Well, there are already several gaps in 2017, but I'm going to do my best, again, to make sure those are filled, so that we don't have this. And by 2018, there's no fucking excuse for me not to have shit ready. I already have stuff uploaded, or at least planned to upload for 2018. I will absolutely enter a cow. Henri. I will enter Henri the Ornery Cow. Goodbye, Henri! Get used to producing gold out of your udders! That would be a most unpleasant sensation. Passing gold through your udders. Given how humans work, I would think passing anything through your udders would be a most unique sensation. But you get the idea. There's gold in them thar udders! God, could you imagine eating cereal with golden milk? That would be interesting. Anyway, yeah. Gonna try to make sure no dead air. I'm probably gonna fail with how 2016 has gone for me. I'll tell you one thing, my This Year in Kyrix video for this year is gonna be a little rambly because a lot of shit has happened to me this year. Here's hoping for a far more stable year next year. Both in terms of recording and in terms of my fucking life. Though there are still a couple hurdles to hop before 2017 can be declared safe. You know, a job would definitely help. 2017 is also going to mark the year where I'm going to start uploading shit that I'm recording that's going to be talking about Patreon. I'm not going to do it in any of my current videos because it's a little fucking late. 42 episodes in for me to start hucking Patreon. Just, hey, if you liked these videos that were never on time, check out my Patreon. Rah. The good news about the Patreon is how I'm going to have it set up is hopefully with per project payments up to however much you want to pay, you know. And you will only be charged for the scheduled videos. For example, using 2017 or 2016 as an example, I haven't had anything on Monday for a couple weeks. So you wouldn't be charged even if I put something up on Monday unless it was the thing that was supposed to be up on Monday. So if I'm supposed to have Metal Gear up and I put, you know, an episode of me playing Mario World up, unless that's the Let's Play for Monday, doesn't count. Freebie, you know? Once I get my Patreon really established and the video set and all that, I can assure everyone that you will never be charged for videos. I will never put up a paid project more than there are days in the month. So February will never be a $30 month unless you're paying more than $1 per video. And there's no reason for you to. You know? I mean, I don't know, maybe 3 years from now I'll have some crazy patron who just really loves what I do for reasons like they have no taste in videos or something, but and they're like, oh, I'll give him $10 a video, which, why? Why are you spending an average of $300 a month on my crap? You know? But no, this is shit that I've been doing free for years, and I don't even feel right trying to get a Patreon up, but I just don't have the money to keep going in general, and all of my attempts to get jobs have not panned out. You know, it just hasn't done it. You know, I'm still waiting to hear from fucking Walmart, who will hire anyone. Nothing from them. So that'll tell you what dire straits I'm in, job-wise. But, yeah, Patreon would basically give me a way to sustain myself, and sustain what will hopefully become effectively my job, my business, which is being a Let's Player. I don't need fucking Runaway Guys money, I don't need fucking Team 4-Star money, I definitely don't need PewDiePie money. I'd settle, like I said, for 25 people effectively paying $1 a day, which is basically what I make in a month on top of what I already make, you know? Simple shit that I don't have to do as much for. Plus, having Patreon paying out would motivate me beyond anything else to just, hey, I need to get this done. And it would also arrange situations for me to do shit. Like right now, my friend, the HeroClix Judge, sometimes he wants to do stuff and I don't want to do clicks for various reasons. Sometimes I don't want to pedal there, sometimes the tournament doesn't appeal to me, sometimes I really need to get shit done. And if I don't want to play clicks, he'll be like, oh, well, you need to get your ass up here and play clicks, don't be such a fucking pussy, blah 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 blah, you know. If I don't want to pedal my ass up there, well, quit being fucking lazy, nub, you don't do anything, get up here. But heaven forbid I try to say something along the lines of, I want to do recordings. That's bullshit, that's stupid shit, you're just wasting time, come play HeroClix, you know. The fact that this is a thing I'm known for and recognized to an extent for that people watch somehow doesn't trump playing with plastic miniatures and dice with him. I don't get it. On the other hand, if it's a money thing, if it's a thing I'm getting money from Patreon for, I could say, hey, I gotta do this. No, you don't. Yes, I do. I get let's say $270 a month to do this shit. How much would that be? Just humor me. Assuming a 30-day month. Basically, $9 a video from various donors. That's not bad, but yeah. If I had 9 people donating $1 per video in a 30-day month, that's $270. Now to him, that's fucking garbage chump change, but that's worth staying home from clicks for. Like, hey, you realize you're costing me $9 to sit here? You're costing me $9. Actually, I could get like 6 videos done. You're costing me $54 to do this. You gonna pay me $54, you idiot? And yes, it is partially just to shut him up, because he just does not have respect for things that do not make money. And I mean that literally. There's something wrong with him. I'm not talking greed. I'm talking there is literally something wrong with him. That if his hobbies do not make quote-unquote money in some form or another, and I'm not even talking concrete money, it can basically be used to exchange for things, then he considers them an utter waste of time. Hero clicks. He can sell those or trade them for more expensive figures, even if they're figures he would never sell. So he makes his figures make money for him. Pox Nora, he does that with. He used to sit... There's a fucking stock market for Pox Nora back in the day when they used to have this trading site. And he would watch that thing and to an extent manipulate it and wait like, oh my god, this figure's worth 3 points right now. But it's been going up, and he waits for like 2 hours. Oh, it's worth 7 points. Sell, 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 you know? I'm not even kidding. And he yelled at me for not taking the time to do that shit myself. I was like, I don't have the time, but you have nothing but time. I'm like, no, I don't have time for that. Nobody should have time for that shit. Yeah, I know who's gonna win. My cow. And again, if I was making money off this, it would shut him the fuck up. And the absolute best part is, if I were to make really good money... Oh, I thought I got to talk to him afterwards. Oh well. If I'd known that I didn't get to talk to him afterwards, I'd have talked to him beforehand. I'm sorry. Well, it's not like you guys haven't heard him twice already in this playthrough. But if I were to, and I'm not even recommending this, but let's say I had 100 people giving me $1 a video. That's $3 grand a fucking month to basically sit on my ass and play video games into a microphone. Let's not mince words. I don't have difficult work. Time consuming? Yes. Tedious at times, definitely. Well, okay, some games are fucking hard, like that goddamn Nuzlocke, but you get the idea. But if I were to make fucking $3 grand a month doing this shit, that would ruin him as a person, and quite frankly, I deserve that. You don't understand the shit I go through with him sometimes. Just to know, hey, what you doing? Oh, I'm going to work. Oh, going to work at the hospital. Which... Now, this is going to sound mean. I'm digging at him, not at nurses. Nurses are awesome people. But, oh, the hospital that you went to work and spent so much, or you went to school for so long and spent so much money learning. Yeah, I'm going to sit home and play Mario Brothers and make $3 grand off it, okay? You know? Just, that would... Because they keep talking about how I didn't apply myself. To be perfectly honest... I don't think I'd be pulling huge money, but I'm willing to bet that I would be pulling something if I had made some attempt to make Patreon a priority. I'm not going to say I'm going to be pulling massive money or the kind of money I'm looking for even, but something. Fucking $20 a month, enough to go to fucking Long John Silver's or something, you know? Get myself dinner now and then. Not that I'm implying that I'm starving, I just... Sometimes you want to eat dinner out, you know? I'm actually kind of subsisting off a ham right now. speaking of ham, in a strange coincidence, I have taken to basically harassing PETA online. PETA being allegedly People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Animal rights groups, actual animal rights groups, refer to them as People for Extortion, Terror, and Abuse. They masquerade as an animal rights group. They are murderers. They kill, like, something along the lines of between 80 and 85% of every animal they rescue. Keep in mind, these rescues are intended to be pets. They're supposed to be pets. You know, like, oh, you brought this animal, you rescued this animal, PETA, you're gonna make them a pet, right? Oh, yeah! Pet to the fucking devil. We're gonna send him into the gas chamber. One of the higher-ups, like maybe even a couple of them, love to personally euthanize these animals. They talk about when they used to work at a normal shelter, she would come in early so that she could be the one to euthanize the animals. And my response to that is, you're a sick fucking monster. That's the kind of shit I'd sleep in for. Especially if I was the only one willing to do the job. If I had job security, I'd come into work 6 hours late every fucking day. And my paycheck would be shit. But if that was my job, to euthanize these animals, I'd be late every goddamn day of the year. Every single day. You know why? Because unless they're kept separate, like unless they're kept in a fucking death room, those, let's say 6 hours or so that I come in late, that 6 hours, that pet could potentially be adopted and have its life saved. Sorry about that, lemonade. No, this bitch is fucking rubbing her hands together like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I get to gas puppies! No. I'm sorry, fucking no. My aunt actually told me a story. She's a rancher and a truck driver, but her husband, at least, is a rancher in Oklahoma. Has been for probably close to 10 years now, maybe more than that. It's been a long time. But anyway, we were tearing into this one person who was just pro-PETA. And she, in a private message, told me that there was a rancher friend of hers who kept chickens, something like 20 to 40,000 chickens. Like a lot of chickens. I think that's what she said. I actually got it right here. 30 to 40,000 chickens on each farm. And like she said, it was a disease-free, closed flock farms. Eggs fed thousands of people. PETA came in and released a bunch of the chickens. Half of them were run over by cars, and the rest were pretty much eaten by wolves and coyotes and shit. And the argument I was having with this person is basically that they're like, oh, you're eating meat, you're killing animals. I'm like, just because I'm eating meat, that's not what's killing the animal. I'm not saying that me eating meat doesn't kill an animal. It does. But here's the thing. That chicken that we're using for this conversation is going to die and be eaten by something. It's going to happen. That's the way the food chain works. Unless that is the first chicken in the history of chickens to unlock the secrets to goddamn immortality, at some point it will die. And when it does, something will eat it unless its body is rendered utterly inedible. Which is really hard to do given that bacteria can eat shit that other animals can't. So that chicken will be food for something. Why not me? And the thing that I really tore into them about was the fact that they're so on about, oh, you're killing stuff, you're killing stuff. I'm like, well, you kill plants. Do you not care? Plants don't have feelings. I'm like, fucking 200 years ago, that's what people said about animals. I'm not particularly saying that plants are sentient, but there have been studies, I don't know how peer-reviewed they are, but there have been studies basically saying, yeah, plants can sense pain. Plants have rudimentary feelings. You know? So why is it okay for you to mow down a goddamn cornfield? Or hell, what you do to a wheat field or a soy, I don't know, bush. I don't know where fucking soy comes from. Why is that okay? But slaughtering a pig, which, by the way, damn near every single part of which is edible. That's one of the interesting things about pigs. I think pretty much every single part of their body is edible to humans. So that's an animal that nothing fucking goes to waste on. That's a good example of an animal, not like, say, a fish where you throw out all the scales and guts and shit. But why is that okay, but the pig isn't? You know? It just boggles the mind. And again, in that earlier example, let's say the wheat, for example, the wheat plant, a lot of that's getting thrown out. Like, you're not eating the leaves off the wheat plant. You're basically eating the powderized seeds or some... I don't know how wheat works. I'm not even going to claim to. I won't pretend to know shit I don't know. But, it just... Like, oh, why aren't you crying about the rainforest? I'm like, how the fuck do you know I'm not crying about the rainforest? Like, rainforest being cut down to farm cattle. I'm like, bullshit! There may be some cattle ranches there, but they're being cut down to grow fucking human crops. I know, because the same argument was basically used about, oh, they're cutting down the rainforest for paper. No, they're fucking not. It's... See, I draw a weird line between vegetarians and vegans. I have almost no I have almost no qualms, no problems with vegetarians. Most vegetarians I've seen, real good people. Hitler, obvious exception. Because that's the thing, Hitler was a vegetarian. Not drawing a comparison, I'm literally thinking, well, there's at least one bad vegetarian, and that's the first one that popped into my head. So, I'm not God-winning you. It just kind of came out that way. But vegans are preachy little fuckers. And they're bad about it, and they're bad at it. They do ridiculous shit. Flat out, they do ridiculous shit. And vegans, the other problem with vegans is they basically become the civilian branch of PETA. Because almost every single one of those PETA things that I've been going off on basically say, yeah, save a life, go vegan. No. No, that doesn't save a life. That just shifts the death to someone else's hands, you know? That's actually kind of ruining my example earlier about showing up late to be the guy who euthanizes the pets. Well, if I show up late, they probably called in someone else in the office to do it. You know, I'm talking, my earlier example was in a perfect world where I was the only euthanizer, but they have more than one of those, I'm sure. Me showing up late doesn't really save Spot's life. It just means that someone else snuffs Spot. That was too many S's, but you get the idea. And, I mean, if you... Oh, by the way, it was Kai's birthday, but... Again, it's just... If you love animals and you don't want to eat them, that's fine. I have no problem with that. That's a perfectly valid reason not to eat animals. If you love animals, and you were traumatized by someone, like you saw Slaughterhouse films, and that took away your taste for meat, perfectly fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you love animals and you don't like the way factory farms are run, and you don't eat meat because of that, or you eat special meats that cost a lot more and are raised in better conditions, that's fine. If you just don't like the taste of meat, that's fine. But if you're gonna sit there and fucking preach to me about your not eating meat, that's not fine. Because we were having, again, this was a thing on my thread talking about PETA, and this person's like, I bet you eat meat. What I do or don't eat is none of your fucking business, and it's utterly irrelevant to the conversation about PETA. You know? If diet mattered, then vegetarians would be judged by Hitler. Because Hitler killed a lot of fucking people, and ordered people, or rather, he ordered people to kill a lot of fucking people. You know? Or the example that I used, PETA has directly killed more animals in a year than I indirectly have, despite being a meat eater, in my entire goddamn life. Oh, now it rains. Now. Not weeks ago when I still had crops in the field. Now. Now's good. Let's let it rain now. I'm on to you, game. So yeah, I've been dealing with petards all week. And again, the problem with vegans is the fact that they are so fucking preachy. Like, they got real mad when I basically referred to it as a religion, because it goddamn is. Fucking evangelical vegetarianism is what it is. You gotta preach the gospel of soy. And I don't want to hear it. You know? I'll tell you one thing. 30, well not 30, but something like 25 years ago, back when I was in elementary school, I might have considered something like a vegan diet. It wouldn't have taken long because I can't keep vegetables and shit down. Don't know what it is. Cannot stand the taste, cannot keep them down. That hits my stomach and my body's like, poison! Get rid of it! And it does. So yeah, I literally can't be on a vegan diet. I'd fucking starve to death. You know, in the way that a bulimia victim would starve to death. Because that's basically what I would do. I would have bulimia as my diet. And that's no good for anyone. But here's the thing. Any thoughts of being a vegan to save animals went out the fucking window when I learned things about nature and about the food chain and about how reality works. Like, they kept talking about how evil humans were, and like, oh, only humans kill for pleasure. I'm like, bullshit! You've never been around a cat. Cats do it to control the population. That's different. I'm like, no, it's not. They do it for shits and giggles. And even if they didn't, dolphins do. And their response is, well, cats are animals. That's different. I'm like, no. No, it's really not different. And they also said, well, humans, cats will do this to control the population, whereas humans will rape people. I'm like, first off, we weren't on that discussion. But secondly, dolphins and ducks rape. Okay? Or my personal favorite, and this is something that both me and my aunt had the reaction of, I cannot believe someone this stupid exists. They refer to humans as raping animals when they force them to breed on a ranch. But that's not, that's rape. When animals do it on their own, it's breeding. I'm like, no, that's not how language works. But no, dolphins and ducks rape the shit out of people, or out of each other, and dolphins will rape people. Dolphins will rape damn near anything, and dolphins will kill for shits and giggles. There's a particular breed of porpoise that dolphins will slaughter. They will fucking just beat these things to death for no reason. They don't prey on the same things. They're not a physical threat to the dolphins. They're just there. They kill them because they're there. And because the porpoises can't stop them, so they get out and they kill them. And I referred to the dolphins raping. No, they're just breeding. No, they're fucking gang raping. It doesn't take 8 dolphins to breed with one female. That's a lot of dolphin dick flopping around, you know? If you see that and say, I don't know how you could see 8 dolphins trying to drown a fucking female to get some and call that breeding. and I don't mean to sound racial, but this is the thing that'll resonate with a lot of people, but if it's 8 black guys and a small white woman, it's rape? No, they're just breeding. No, they're fucking raping. Dolphins do it all the time. Ducks do it to the point where fucking duck genitalia is in an arms race with each other. Look it up. Female fucking duck vaginas are designed to stymie the entrance of the male penis, of the duck penis. It's designed to go in some weird direction with dead ends and shit to keep the duck from fucking her. I'm not making this up. Look it up, it's absolutely true, and it's friggin' weird. And then I mentioned ants with slavery. I'm like, ants enslave all the fucking time. It's what they do. Like, oh, they're just doing what they need to survive. I'm like, so, no, they're not. Because all an ant needs to do to survive is raise its own babies. Raise the babies of its queen, and they'll do what ants do to survive. But ants don't just do that. Ants will go to a rival nest, kill every single worker, every single drone, and the queen, fucking bite her head off, chew her to bits, feed their body parts to their larvae, and steal the eggs and raise them as a slave race. This is something I've read about since elementary school. Ants keep slaves. It is a fact. Nature is a cruel bitch. It just is. That's how nature works. Most if not all of the evil shit humans do, at least one other species does as well. Just tonight? No time? Okay, fine. Be that way. Anyway, it's just, the more you know about nature, the less you, I'm not saying the less you care for it, but the less you necessarily get super hippie about it. And I also pointed out the fact that these people like, oh, we're farming and we're doing all this shit, we should stop factory farms. I'm like, or we should stop farming period. I'm like, no. We should stop cruel farming conditions, but realize that if we didn't raise these animals in farms, we would be hunting them, and that would be worse for everyone. Look at parts of the oceans where we have overfished so much that jellyfish blooms are a thing. Where there's just, the nets pull up nothing but jellyfish. Because all the shit that used to eat the baby jellyfish it's been fished out. You know? Humans can drive prey animals to extinction really fast if we don't have some kind of renewable method. It's a fact. It's a sad fact, but it's a fact. Let's skip ahead. Can't remember if they're closed Saturday or not. I hope not. Yup, they're closed Saturday. Shit happens. Oh well. I think I might still have some wine for the mayor for tomorrow in my fridge. But yeah, it's just... PETA pisses me off because PETA is a group, not only is it a fucking terrorist organization that murders animals, that alone disqualifies them. But these people sensationalize stupid shit. And even in cases where they would have a legitimate argument, they still make shit up. And they do really, really bad shit. And they release animals without care. Like, oh, let's release these 100,000 chickens. Can they survive? It doesn't matter. They're free. Or as I described it to my aunt, I have 4 cats and a dog that are all rescues. The dog and 2 cats were found as strays. The other 2 cats came out of a shelter. And if PETA had any say in it, my 5 girls that I adore, I love every single one of them, They would rather them be dead than pets. That is a fact. PETA honestly sees. That's why they euthanize so many rescued animals. So many of the animals they rescue for their shelters, they euthanize them because they truly believe it is better for that pet to die right then and there than to live a full lifespan under the care of a human. Because that's slavery. It's not fucking slavery. Oreo might argue differently because she has to stay in the room a lot of the time because she causes trouble. And she's the sort who runs out of my door every time the room is opened. Like right now, it's December, it's Christmas time. She's gonna knock over the roommate's manger or knock baubles off the tree and break them. Gotta keep her locked up until January. You know, I don't keep her in a box. Dog sleeps in a crate, but again, she sleeps in a crate. She's out the rest of the day unless I have to be out for long periods of time. Then she's in the crate just so she doesn't shit on the carpet because no one's here to walk her. You know? But this dog spends the vast majority of her day just roaming the room or, in some cases, the house. You know? It depends on whether there's shit out that I don't want them getting into. But I promise you, if you could ask the pets, even on their worst day, if you could find them on the average day, on their best day, and on the worst day they've ever lived with me, we're talking like going to the vet, and then they come home and I gotta put fucking eye drops in them, or we get back from the vet and I gotta cram their flea pill down their throat kind of shit. Their worst day, if PETA were to give them the ability to speak and ask them, would you rather live with him for the rest of your life or be dead? They would unanimously say, no, we like being alive, and he's not that bad. You know? And not only does PETA do all this shit, they also make animal rights into a joke. Because whenever people are talking about these crazy animal rights activists that do all this stupid, wacky shit, they're referring to PETA. They may not know they're referring to PETA, but they're absolutely referring to PETA, because PETA is the only group that does this stupid shit. And these people finance literal terrorists, literal eco-terrorists, who work for, like, Animal Liberation Front, who, like, go to schools, like, hey, here's how you make a Molotov cocktail to toss in an animal testing facility. You know? And they take money away from other groups. Like, every dollar PETA takes is a dollar that could have gone to a real group. Like the Humane Society, or Big Cat Rescue, or the fucking ASPCA, or anything. You know? It just... I don't know how this degenerated into PETA. This started by talking about my channel. Still waiting to hear from my viewers whether or not you want me to at some point do Magical Melody. And keep in mind, Magical Melody, if I do it, will not suffer from Harvest Moon Back to Nature's schedule slips. I will do it right. The whole thing, start to finish, will be done before the first episode airs. Promises. Promises that will be kept. Nobody's on the beach yet. Ding dong. So, again, if you want me to do Magical Melody, I'll dig it out, I'll do all that fun shit. But I haven't heard. I haven't heard even a single vote in favor for that. So I'm gonna assume that the answer is no. Waifu! Well, you may have noticed, sweetheart, that I am in fact a silent protagonist. you even really refer to me as a protagonist? Is there anything to tagonize? It's not really that bad. I've been zinged by sparklers before. Unless you touch the tip, it's not that bad. Kind of tingles, actually. Not gonna lie. Doing what? You don't really do anything, sweetie. I mean, I love you, but wow, you don't do a lot. You don't do anything, really. And I guess that's the end of this video. Good thing I'm planning a marathon. See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.